What's up, YouTube? I'm here with Jordan Anchor, and he has got a spicy little deck profile for you guys.
What's up? So I got second place at the Salem Regionals. Was 7-0 undefeated up until the last round, and then Rodrigo 2-0'd me. But anyways, into the list. So we're starting out with starters. My favorite card, Dark Grepher, Armageddon Knight. They pretty much get your whole engine going along with the 3 Scrap Recyclers. And I would play more of these guys if you could, but that's pretty much it. As far as the Danger Engine, you play 2 Nessies, 2 Jackalopes, 2 Snakes. They're basically upstart goblins. They get you to see more cards, and they do everything you need them to do. Also, Nessie being level 7 is pretty cool with the Grepher, because that plus Grepher is like my favorite opening in this deck. 2 Orcust Nightmare. You have to play 2, because if you only play 1 and you draw it, you can't do the Mermaid combo. 1 World Wand. This extends you, makes your Boral Sword play better. This is just a great card for the level 8 also, to go along with Nightmare and Damage Step. 2 Heart Pours. Don't like 3 because I don't want to draw them. Or sorry, I don't want to draw multiple of them in my hand. I don't like drawing multiple normal summons. 2 is enough to keep your engine going when you get stuff banished and you kind of lose your pieces. And then 1 Symbol Skeleton. You do not need more than this. Normally I would play more safe with Orochi, which I'm also playing in here. But I played a different card this weekend that allowed me to kind of be more greedy with this, just in case. But yeah, this is the Orcust engine I was running. And I pretty much consider Orochi an Orcust at this point. 3 Vishuda. Honestly, I just never saw these this weekend, but last weekend they were great. They get you the Monk, they get you the free bounce. Actually, this did come up one time where someone Nibiru'd me, and then this was engraved, and you can use this with the token to still bounce stuff. So that's kind of cool. And continuing along, the Brick Dragon. Shit-All Dragon's great just because obviously you have to play it with a fusion, but also just every once in a while you'll just need to send it off the Armageddon Knight, clear the last back row. And then the last monster was the Driver and the 3 Gamma. The idea was that like you're going to be breaking boards and going second all day. So if I'm going to play a hand trap, I want to play the most impactful one. So I played Gammas just because they are honestly, in my opinion, the most high impact card right now as far as hand traps go. They came up clutch a couple times, mostly when I had my opponent. They were tagging out Array. They hit me with Array for 15. They're tagging out probably to do like a Shizuku or Kagari. And I just gambled them, and it like completely stopped their whole engine and allowed me to climb back into the game. That's it for the monsters. Into the spells, I play 3 Mystic Mine. This card is probably the strongest standalone card in the game right now. Literally says no effects and it can't attack if you don't have anything. So this is probably the best card to top deck late game when you are behind. And also it basically is midfield breaker too, because if they have a board you can, and they can't stop this, then you can do all your plays for free. They can't hand trap you. 3 Instant Fusion. This is probably one of the best going first or going second cards because it allows you to make Winda. It also allows you to go into 1009, suck up monsters. So this card's great. Rhoda. I had an incident with this card specifically because I played the Hobby League. Apparently it was like kind of warped. So round 7 I got a game loss and I still 2-0'd my opponent to get the win. But yeah, be careful with Hobby Leagues, guys. That's all I have to say. That is my favorite rarity because I also play the Hobby League Monster Reborn. After talking to the head judge, apparently this one was fine, but this one just had some warping issues. I mean, honestly, like, I can't really say much on it, but yeah, when in doubt for big tournaments, I'll probably be playing commons or something similar. I would avoid the Hobby Leagues without getting them approved beforehand. So just some life experience there for you guys. Foolish Burial, start your combos. Extender if you need it. It's pretty good standalone card. Babel, this is the engine piece that's probably the most important. If you can get this online early and you have your grave set up, you're probably going to win those games. And then 3 Twin. I chose this over the Cyclones main decked. I played the Cyclones inside, which we'll see. But I was still anticipating a strong like Striker, Draco, like just a control type matches. I was pretty much correct. I did end up playing control all day, so I would say that this is a great choice, and honestly, it depends on your meta. If you think you're going to be playing more like meta decks, I think Cyclone is strictly better. But if you're going to play something like Striker and Draco, this is a lot better to have main deck. 3 Called by the Grave. Again, this is also really helps you with the Striker matchup. Hitting their Shizuku when they've already used it once, hitting their Ray, turning other Orcust decks off, being able to like stop their ding and then pushing through for game. Like this card's really, really strong. And this is also one of those cards that's really good to go first or second because it allows you to play through hand traps or set up basically a huge interruption. 3 Mind Control. This card's insane. It just basically takes their stuff and forces out negates if they have it. Otherwise, you just get free like Link 2s, Link 3s. You can still Appaloosa with this, use their negates. This card's great. And then rounding it out for the spells, the 3 Shaddoll Fusions. I think going second, this is the best card to have. It does the most because it sends Dragon and it sends your Orcust Harpor. So it turns your whole engine online. Plus, you hard made the window now, so it doesn't die at end phase. So against some decks, they literally just can't deal with it. Like if you can crack a salad board and then activate this, you're gonna win the game because they're just not gonna be able to deal with the window. And then the last of the 2 traps, played 1 Crescendo. Didn't play 2. I think 2's great if you're going in a first build, but because this deck is strictly blinding second, I don't want to open it in my hand. I wanted to be able to just search it. And then the last card was Metaverse. I chose this because I wanted just a trap that was the most high impact, just to kind of top off my deck. And being able to search Mystic Mine when they force you to go first is great because people do not expect it at all. Sometimes if you open this, you can just set this pass, and then there's games where people will just like Twin Twister your one set, and then you flip it, it's Metaverse, and you go into mine, and now they don't have the out. So yeah, I think this is a good tech for right now. So it's a 50 card main deck. I think realistically the Gammas only performs okay, but I didn't really miss the Destrudo engine. I think the Pankratops are pretty solid. I think I probably would have benefited from those being back in the deck. I did really like the Monster Reborn because I didn't play that before, and I think that card's great. Yeah, not a whole lot to say on the main deck. Pretty much the same deck list as last week. Going to the extra deck, so pretty basic. Here we got the 3 Nightmares. Mermaid, obviously, you have to play. I don't think 2 is necessary, especially in a going second list, because most of your games you're going to try to close out on turn 2. I played 2 Galatea, same reasoning. You don't need the 3rd. It just doesn't really come up with this list. You don't really get into grind games very often. 2 Dingirsu. I do like 2. I don't think 1's enough. Every once in a while, you do like the second one does come up. So I would play 2 of them. 1 Long Girsu. This card is great when he's great, and he's just like pretty average when he's pretty average. It honestly depends on what you're playing against. He really didn't do much this weekend. Bomber Dragon. This card's great. Facilitates you to do a bunch of damage too. 3,000 is no joke, and then having the nukes every turn is pretty good. Boar Sword, this is like literally my win condition for this deck. You just make this every turn as quick as possible. You clear their stuff, make this, ding, send, attack, attack, attack. That's game over. Monk, you play this because of Shuda. That's pretty much it. Doesn't really do much else. And then 1 Winda for the Shaddoll Fusion and the Instant Fusion, and for the Instant Fusion, play the Thousand Eye. And then I had 2 flex spots, and I wanted to just try something out, so I played Lambda and Omega. Lambda actually came up a lot. Omega, I literally never summoned this, because every time I gamma, it was always on my opponent's turn. The idea was that I could, if I had enough extenders, I could make Lambda, and then I could play through Nibiru without having to have the Instant Fusion for Winda. And then also, if I can get to Omega, this card's insane in this deck because you can do like really greedy plays with your Orochi, and then like if you banish your Symbol Skeleton, that's great. You just milled 8, and now you just send it to grave in their standby, and then you also can just rip a card out their hand. Didn't really test this. I just was like, you know what, I'll just throw it in. Lambda came up once or twice, but Omega didn't, unfortunately. But I think this card is pretty solid, just as like a kind of a tech card. Also, like in theory too, if you can gamma on your turn through a negate board, and then you're sitting on this, then you're probably gonna win that game just off that 1 card alone. And into my side deck. Pure Order. As long as this card's available, I'm going to play it. As long as I'm not playing Striker. 3-red Reboot. Don't like trap decks. Played against True Draco, and this card is just insane. If they don't have Judgment, you're probably going to win. Stop the other trap decks. 3 Cyclone. This card's really good against like everything right now. It's actually insane. I just think Twin is a little better if you know you're going to be playing control decks. And then 3 Impermanence. I just kind of wanted generic hand traps going first or second. Ash Blossom as well. And then the 3 Lancia. Didn't do Sanctum this weekend just because I just wanted to stick my game plan to going second. And then I put some of these stuff in knowing that they're probably going to force me to go first, but just having the option to still go second even when, you know, they choose to go first after. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Huge shout out to my sponsor, KGT. They made this mat. They make a bunch of field centers. Highly recommend them. They're on Facebook. If you need anything, you can always message me too, and I could direct you there. Also, shout out my girlfriend for coming with and hanging out with me. Pretty cool. I think that was her first regional. Being on the sidelines. And shout out everyone else, Shane's, all the homies. Shout out Rigo for winning. Good job. Congrats. First place is no joke. Dude, back-to-back Salem first places. That's pretty impressive, man. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.